Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope it's been good so far. Already starting the day, the year with craziness across America. And I'll talk about that. But I hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve and a happy day so far. Still got some light in the day here, although the sun is sinking fast. And it's been a nice day, though. We did have sunlight today. We actually had sunlight. That was the first time in I don't know how long. Well, there was sun on Sunday, but I worked all day, so I didn't really get to see it. But man, I just feel so much happier and alive and more productive when the sun is out. And so that was good today. Um, I had a fun night last night with my kids, who seemed to be more interested in the New Year's activities than past times. Um, they really were interested in the whole Dick Clark, which he's gone, but Ryan Seacrest does the show in New York, and all the music artists on there. They were really interested in that, and I thought that was fun. So it's good night. I made pizza and watched Outlander because they had a new episode that I didn't watch last week, and then we watched Dick Clark, and just basically hung out and had a good time. And then at midnight, my daughter, I didn't know it, but my daughter went out and shot off some fireworks and was like whooping and hollering. And I was like, "Who is that?" I told my son, "Who is that out there?" He was like, "Oh, it's Julia." So I thought that was funny. Um, that was her way to celebrate the new year, which I thought was great. You got to do it your own way. But also, we were all together, and that was fun. Um, So yeah, the hopes of a new year, as I said in my video the other day about Jimmy Carter, go into it with hope. You never know what's going to happen in a new year. I know that we always want things to be bright and sunny and hopeful, and we make our resolutions, and um, most years are pretty basic years. Nothing crazy going on this year. We obviously have since November. We have thoughts that we might have some craziness, and that's sad that we should have that hanging over us as a humanity, not just here in America, but across the world. Sorry, I'm shaking the desk here. But we will face it. And I started to feel, as I said, I was able to watch the news again. I started to feel a lot more hopeful when I saw that the Supreme Court and certain members of the GOP aren't really going to abide by Trump and his crazy threats, and that he doesn't have as much power as he thinks he has. And even Leon, or Leon, as other people, I'll just say Leon, as other people are calling him, Starboy. He doesn't have as much power either, and they just really have made themselves look like fools in front of the world and in front of their own people, who really are using them for financial reasons and to stay in their own positions of power and job. And so, but yeah, people are laughing at them, and they don't have as much power as they don't have as much power to wield these threats against us. Um, I'm still mad that 45 is even in the position where he could be inaugurated, although I don't see it happening. I still can't see it happening. I mean, that's the most realistic projection that's going to happen. In reality, 45 will be inaugurated, but I don't see it happening. And I have asked Spirit over and over again with respect, and they always say no. They say no, he's not going to be inaugurated. As I said, I think he was going to have his own like coup for entertainment purposes only, where he was going to, with Leon and others, with the government shutdown, that was to take over. That was a coup, which failed. Um, but after that failed, really, it's like, no, it's not going to happen. And now we have Biden investigating. Now, here's the thing. So Biden said yesterday, or the government said yesterday that they're putting sanctions on Russia, with R, and Iran, that country with the I, and so because of election interference, the event interference, the joust, as that other beautiful. See, there's two. There's many these beautiful readers. Um, the one lady who is indigenous, and then the other lady with the reddish hair. they all learn the language. I'm the one that's still struggling. But they use Joust and they use Starboy and things like that, and Leon, and I'm still learning the language, the code. Like on TikTok, just to take a sidetrack, TikTok, you have to say, you can't say the metal things with the lights in the sky. You have to say Dior bags, and now even that is being uh, banned. So, and don't you think that's weird that we can't talk about things in the sky? Like, can we talk about clouds? Is there anything we can talk about anymore? That's weird. You know, in the old days, you could talk about aliens and people would just say you were crazy, but you could still talk about them. Now, we can't talk about it. And I think that that's so telling that the things that we're told we can't talk about are probably, it's probably because they're real. And I know, well, I won't get into it. Not going to get into that right now. As you know, I hope that we do have communication with aliens or star beings, and I think that that would be beautiful. I think it's time. We've reached the point where many of us have evolved to welcome that opportunity to expand ourselves. But anyway, I guess they don't want us to, and I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Biden, the government, um, sanctions on these other countries, admitting that it's because of election interference. Possible, they said possible election interference. And it's like they know more than they're saying they know. Now, here's something to consider. One reason they can't talk about it and give hardly any details and haven't talked about it is because Leland has so much control over the internet and people's computers. And look, didn't we just have a hack of the Federal Reserve? So there was a hack, and we've had Meta has been hacked. AT&T was hacked. Separate banks were hacked, and the Social Security numbers before the event in November, the election, those were hacked. It's all connected, and Starboy is behind a lot of that with these other entities from other countries. And so the one reason they can't talk about it is because he's hacking. He's like all over. He's all over them, the internet. And so they're watching him, watching them. So they can't go on TV and say, yeah, we're investigating what happened in November, the joust in November and the interference. Because, and here's the thing too. So yeah, they can't talk about it. They're like us. They're using code words too. But we can't have and I've thought this for the last few months, there's no way we could have a revote. We couldn't do a redo because Leland is still involved. But it's the audit. Like when I heard Biden say, intuitively, I heard him say, we're going to have our own insurrection. It's called an audit. And that's for entertainment purposes only, but that's what I intuitively heard Biden say. Audit. So if they ever talk about it here in the next week or so, that's the word we'll hear. Audit, not recount or revote. There's not going to be a revote. You'd have to get rid of all the current hardware systems, everything, software, everything that we have. You'd have to get rid of all Starboy's stuff in the sky. You'd have to get rid of all of it. So, okay, so moving on. I'm not going to make predictions for 2025 because it's so unpredictable and we're dealing with such crazy back and forth timeline switching that there's no way. I'd be crazy. Let me take that back. It's not crazy. It's great. It's great when people can make, psychics, intuitives, whoever, can make predictions. But I just feel like at this point, it's better to manifest the best, face the worst, and manifest the best. Because it is going to be a wild ride. And I think this morning with the cyber fruck in front of the Las Vegas Frump Towers, when I saw it explode on the video, and they showed the inside, I hadn't seen the outside view yet. When I saw the inside view from inside the tower, I was like, oh, that was intentional. That was a message. And then I saw a video that showed it from the outside, and there were clearly fireworks shooting out of the. And I thought, well, yep, that's intentional. They did it on purpose. And I got that it was anti-CEO, anti-Frump people that did this, like the. Well, I can talk about the CEO thing. Can't talk about anything anymore. That's how crazy. That's the chaos that Frump and Leland have put us in. That we literally can't talk about anything more because they have so much crime everywhere in every sector, even in the sky, that we can't even talk. We have to use code. That's the chaos that they've put us in. Well, anyway, when I saw the video, I instantly I was like, oh, that's intentional. And I told my daughter that was intentional. Somebody did that on purpose. And then I heard about the thing down in Louisiana, right? Wasn't it Louisiana where a car went into a parade? And I thought, well, that was, or New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans. And I was like, well, that was intentional too, but it was more of the 45s people who far right who like to cause chaos and fear and sadness on a beautiful day like New Year's, when everybody's out and everybody's happy. It's what they do. It's what he's always done. If you notice that Trump and his people, this happens a lot with them. And so it's almost like this year, the message I got about this year, just starting from today, is that the anti-CEO resistance is going to be sending messages to the far right radicals, and it's going to be constant clash. And the rest of us are just going to be grabbing the popcorn and watching and go, oh my God, look at this. They're literally having their own civil war. But Trump created this monster. He did. It's his own doing. It really is. So, yeah, it's interesting that it was right at the doorstep of one of his businesses, his tower. But yeah, those, I feel like they were both sending a very similar message, but opposite parties. So, okay, the other thing was last night, or was it last night, or was it midnight, or right after midnight? I don't know if it was the 2024 or 2025, but the lightning hit the Capitol building, the dome, the Empire State Building, was it the Washington Memorial, Lincoln Memorial, and then it also hit somewhere else, I can't remember. But that was like the message from the universe of crap's going down this year, and they weren't waiting. That was the message. Crap's going down. And somebody said tower card. I'm like, yeah, that's like the epitome tower card happening. But again, I want you to look at my white flowers and the white feather. Peace. While all this is happening, the hurricanes going around us, craziness going around us, stay in peace. Your angels, your guides, the divine, our alien friends who are coming around with their orbs to protect us and soak up bad energy and toxic things, toxic energy, and to heal us and heal the opposite side. Peace. While all this civil war is going on and all this craziness, and the universe is having to fight the darkness, literal. I told you it was the battle between light and dark. Stay in peace. Wrap yourself in peace, and you will have it. It's not always going to be easy, but what year is easy? I mean, I look at past years and you go, well, thank God that year's over. So next year's going to be great. And then it doesn't turn out great. And you're like, wow, that year was worse than the other year. But each year you stand in hope, right? And you make your resolutions and you stand in hope. Please still do that. Retain your normalcy and your resolutions, your goals, your hopes, your dreams. Let them all fight it out, and let the universe do its job fighting the darkness, because we still get to live. we have fought. We fought up until the election. We fought the event in November. We fought so hard, and we're still waiting for the fruits of our labor. But again, like Kim from Intuitive View said, this isn't our battle anymore. We fought already. They get to fight it out now. They get to learn their lesson. This is not our battle. This is not our lesson to learn. This is their lesson to learn. And I feel like they're learning it. When I saw that lightning hitting, I was like, yep, the universe is stepping in big time. I have no doubt no doubt the universe is going to dole out some punishments. So you don't have to wish harm on anyone. You don't have to do that. Manifest the best and let the universe do its job. And I need to get a charger real quick. I'll be right back. Let's see. I need to charge. Hopefully I can. Hopefully it'll let me. I may have to prop this up on something. So that's that. I today, with my problems that I've had with my laptop, which I've given up on that laptop, but it extended to my WordPerfect account, my Microsoft Office. I finally got into that. And so I have my documents, but then as I sat and was writing new material in my book, it began to just erase itself in front of me. And then it wouldn't let me copy and save the document and paste it somewhere else and make a copy. And I was doing all the stuff just like I've always, I swear there is someone, a human or an entity out there who does not want me to ever succeed with writing. And I'm not joking. It is not a joke. My daughter said I need to go to Etsy and get a spell. I think I'll do that. And so return to sender, whoever's doing this to me, it's uncanny how I will work on a project and it'll be sabotaged right in front of even my own laptop dying, or phone, and the entire document erasing itself in front of me. You won't believe the things that I've gone through. That's why I don't really talk about my writing or my work, because there's definitely one or two people or entities out there who really want to sabotage me. So, but return to sender. Return to sender. But I never give up. That's the thing. I never ever give up. So I want to talk about I guess I'll have to call it the flog, the stuff in the sky. Now you guys tell me what you think. Now I've heard other readers say, oh, it's nothing. It's just the weather. Yeah, there is just the weather. And there is global warming. I absolutely 100% believe and know that there is human-made global warming and natural global warming. We go through trends, but there's definitely a human imprint on our weather that is not good. And so I am not a denier of science or global warming, but I also know that see, that's the hard part of being intuitive and being psychic, is that you know stuff and it's not always comfortable to know or talk about. And I don't like to spread negativity, but I do think that the flog, I'll call it the flog, that was floating around across America, across the world for, I don't know, 5 days in a row. And it had a white, powdery funkiness. And people said it smelled like sulfur, and then they got sick. For entertainment purposes only, what I feel, first I thought, well, they're trying to cover up the things in the sky, which that's very possible. But I actually feel like it was for entertainment purposes only. It was to get rid of the bird flu. And so I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And I feel really hot talking about that. Like I feel just, I don't like to talk about these things. Again, just psychic, not truth, not fact. But that's what I got. Psychically, I got that it was to try to kill off the bird flu in a mass thing that happened. And I'll leave it at that. What else? So hope for the future. Always have hope. Stay positive. Pray, manifest, believe in miracles. We're not there yet. We're not there yet with the January 20th or even January 6th. And you heard, they put fencing up. Now, why would you think they would do that? Why would you think they would do that? They're expecting some stuff to go down. Now, why would stuff go down? Because on January 3rd here coming up, there's going to be the Speaker of the House vote. Stuff's going to go down. And I wouldn't be surprised if some other things were revealed that day. But also, there's going to be it's going to be by piecemeal. But we're going to find out about what happened in November, the joust, and Starboy. and other entities and see what they need to do is track the money that Starboy donated to Frump. Where did he get that money? And does it track to Frump and the RNA and Lara Trump? And also, where Leon's activities and whereabouts before the event in November, the joust, and the day of, especially, and also his connection. As I said on Sunday morning, I read two things. I read about his connection to India, messing with India, and messing with Germany, the far right party who was messing with their elections. And I was like, oh, he's doing it to other countries. It's not just us, folks. It's all around the world. And what's the connection? Leon, Starboy, and his things in the sky, his product that he has everywhere. So we're going to find out piecemeal. But one thing I know is that we are protected. And the people that Frump thought that he had that would let him do his horrible, bad things to us, like rounding up people who aren't white, etc., that's not all going to be, it's not all going to go his way. And not just us humans are going to protest that and stop that. It's going to be forces beyond, which I never knew. I never thought in my lifetime I'd see literal aliens coming around and fighting for us, fighting for humanity, fighting for the planet. But that's what's happening. That is literally, intuitively, psychically, that's literally what's happening. The universe had to call in its troops to help. That's how bad it is. That's how bad 45 and his party are. For entertainment purposes only. So I'll leave it at that. You guys have a great night. Happy New Year's again. I wish you all much joy, love, good health, and abundance. And again, believe in miracles. Believe that you have the power. We have the power. We all have the power. We're all connected to the divine, and we all have the power. You're not alone. You're not powerless. And miracles are real, and your angels are with you. I know it sounds hoo-ha and all that stuff, or what do you call it? Delulu is what they say. Hoo-ha. But again, I've seen miracles. I see miracles every day. So trust in that and know that it's going to be okay. And the universe literally has our back. I've never seen anything like this on this level, and it's quite interesting. So thanks for listening. Happy New Year. Bye.